Tennessee Titans fans, happy Saturday. I was not intending on making a video today, but there is some breaking news as pertains to the Tennessee Titans that I do want to talk about. If you are in a part of the country that I am in, you know we have got severe weather threats all over the place today. So I got weather on the TV. I'm looking outside. I'm not even thinking about some possible breaking news for the Titans. And then I check social media to find out CHIDOBE AWUZIE, cornerback Chido Awuzie, has been released by the Tennessee Titans. They've let Chido go. As I said on X, I'm not terribly shocked by this. I'm not like, whoa, I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised just because, in my opinion, the Titans have so many needs on the roster. They have so many holes to fill. I actually thought the secondary on paper was at least stable in just about every way. You had Snead, McCreary, Brownlee, Awuzie, Daryl Baker coming back. It just felt like we had depth. We were ready to go in the secondary, so we could at least not worry about that. But now with releasing Chido Awuzie, that does open up a spot, and I do think the Titans will have to add to the cornerback room at some point this offseason. Now, whether that's in a draft pick, whether that's a veteran that they can bring in for relatively cheap, because I don't think they need a starter. I mean, it seems obvious at this point they believe in Jarvis Brownlee, and that's great. I really liked what I saw from Jarvis Brownlee last year. He played most of the season. I don't think they even intended on him playing as much as he did last season, but because of injuries to L'Jarius Sneed and Chido Awuzie, Jarvis Brownlee ended up playing a good chunk of his rookie season, starting for a lot of his rookie season. So I think, they believe in Jarvis Brownlee, and that's great. I believe in Jarvis Brownlee too. And I think that Jarvis Brown, I'm excited about him. He's one of the young players on this team that I am excited about. With that being said, I did like the idea of having Chido there just to add some insurance to, not just have depth, but to have an insurance just in case Jarvis Brownlee gets hurt or if Jarvis Brownlee has a slump this upcoming year. So yeah, I think with releasing Chido Awuzie, the Titans are going to have to look for a corner somewhere. They're going to have to hit up free agency. They're going to have to hit up the draft. I haven't even really looked. I mean, people will bring up Travis Hunter. I don't think this pushes the Titans any closer to Travis Hunter because I think, first of all, it's obvious that they're headed toward a quarterback. And second of all, I just, even if they need to get a corner now, but they don't need like a starting level, for all the marbles corner. They need a depth guy. They need a backup. They needed, somebody who can come in if somebody gets hurt or if somebody needs a water break. So I think, veteran free agent, I don't know who's out there. I haven't even looked at, corners very much in free agency or the draft just because I thought we were good there. But evidently we're not now. We have an open spot with Chido being gone. Again, I'm not shocked, but I'm a little bit surprised. And we'll see. We'll see what the Titans do. Obviously, there will be free agent moves all into the summer. I mean, it's not like you have to make your free agent moves now. The Titans, just like everybody else, will be making moves in June and July. And Jarvis Brownlee, what an opportunity for him. I mean, and well-deserved. I thought, his rookie season, he was a rookie, made some mistakes, penalties, got burned sometimes, but I think what an opportunity for him now to step up alongside L'Jarius Sneed and Roger McCreary and prove himself to be the shutdown corner that the Titans need him to be. I wish Chido was coming back a little bit just because I do think he's a good player, but, you can probably find another Chido Awuzie somewhere out there. I will say this too. The Titans have parted ways with a lot of people that we didn't think they would part ways with. Ryan Stonehouse, Nick Westbrook-Akine, Chido Awuzie. There's been others that my mind's going, Harold Landry. And there have been some others that, Dylan Radins, guys that they cut ties with that we thought they may not. And while I understand we were attached to some of these players, we liked some of these players, you also have to keep in mind, The Titans were the worst team in football in 2024. They were 3-14. They were awful. So I'm not going to blame Mike Borgonzi and Chad Brinker if they're just not eager to bring a lot of these guys back, because we need a kind of a roster overhaul a little bit in so many ways. We've added Dan Moore and Kevin Zeitler on the offensive line. We've moved J.C. Latham to a new spot. You know, that's clearly them looking at the offensive line and saying, okay, what we did last year didn't work. Didn't even come close to working. Let's move Latham to right tackle. Let's get a new left tackle. Let's get a new right guard, and let's push forward. Let's get a veteran right guard. Wide receiver, I'm still waiting to see, but, you know, I believe they looked and said, hey, we'd like Nick Westbrook-Akine, but we're not going to empty the bank for Nick Westbrook-Akine either. We'll go get Van Jefferson and for cheaper, and that'll be his replacement. The Titans are not married to most of the guys on this roster, and I think that's a good thing because it was a terrible roster. It was a terrible team, worst team in football on a year where there were a lot of bad teams. So I'm not as devastated to see a lot of these guys getting released because, what, do you just want to bring everybody back? Do you want to have the same roster? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'll see as things continue. Like I said, the part of the country I'm in right now, it is getting ready to storm a lot. So I'm just doing this on my phone, but I just saw Chido Awuzie released by the Tennessee Titans. And, you know, as I said, we knew going into this offseason there were a lot of needs, and now the Titans will have to add corner to that list of needs, but it's not as urgent as, say, wide receiver or edge. I still say wide receiver, edge rush. Those are the two positions that must be addressed immediately. And I think, you know, the draft, they will address both of those. Quarterback, obviously, we have talked about. I think they will be addressing quarterback in the draft. And now they'll need defensive tackle depth. They will need corner depth. Safety is probably third under wide receiver and edge. And just in that, I know they signed Xavier Woods and he can play, but I do feel like you need to draft a young safety. I know it's not the deepest safety class, but you could probably draft a young safety at some point in the draft just to have a guy there that you're molding behind Xavier Woods and Amani Hooker this year. But at some point, the Titans will have to address corner. They have 2 4th-round picks, 2 5th-round picks, 2 6th-round picks. So I'm sure they will draft one there. And also, I feel like they'll get a veteran corner that can come in and be a depth piece at some point. Chido Awuzie, no longer with the Tennessee Titans. Let me know what you think. Tighten up. Bye.